Hello, how you guys doing? Hopefully everything's going all right out there. We miss you, and hopefully the lessons are working out okay. I know it's a different thing, but we're going to do the best we can, and all we're asking for you to do the best you can as well. This week we did radius, diameter, circumference. And if I want to say it again at the end, but subscribe to my YouTube channel because my kids want to get the subscribers up so people can watch their video. But anyways, we did radius, diameter, circumference. And we're going to do approximation of pi. You have to pick 4 items, 4 circular items. And I picked the smoke alarm, Clorox wipes, Halloween buckets, and kids shaped puzzle. Now, you guys can pick any circular items, and there will be 2 attachments coming at you that show you what we're doing here in the video, and a blank one that you will create on a piece of paper, take a picture, and send it to me. So if you happen to hear any Cardi B over there, my wife's making a rap for next week. So look out for that next week. We're going to be dropping a rap song to you. So that should be fun. All right. So the first item we're doing is a smoke alarm. Now, also what you need, is I took a shoestring, any kind of string that you can measure. Ideally, you have a tape measure. All right. If you don't have a tape measure, hopefully you have a ruler. If you don't have either one of those, you got to improvise. And a dollar bill is 6 inches. So you can kind of fold it. I folded this up and try to do it equal parts so I can mark off each inches. And I did. Here's like 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch would be halfway, 4, 5, and then 6, and it would be approximation. Now, that would be the last resort if you did not have a ruler or a tape measure. All right, so anyways, so the smoke alarm, and it's easier if you have somebody to help you do circumference. If you have someone in your house, brother or sister, mom, dad, somebody, grandma, somebody to help you measure around here. It's way easier. Like I said, circumference is a distance around, but you measure it around so it touches right there, boom. And now I measure this. Now, like I said, if I have a tape measure, works out really well. If not, if it's bigger than 12 inches, I measure it, mark it, boom, and then measure the rest of it. And when I did the circumference, it was 15 3/4 inches. So you should put a label with these. 15 3/4 inches circumference. Circumference is always going to be your biggest measurement because it's your biggest thing going around a circle. Now, your diameter, your second biggest measurement, would be your distance all the way across through the center. So I measure that, that's easy. And that is 4 3/4 inches. So there's your diameter. Now, when you do the radius, it's simple because you have a calculator on your phone or whatever you have. Take 4 3/4, your diameter, and all you do to find a radius is you cut it in half. So you divide it by 2. So 4 3/4 divided by 2, and it would be 2 3/8 inches. So now we're going to find pi, or how close it is to pi. Pi is 3.14, and pi is founded by taking circumference and dividing it by the diameter. Now we're going to do that with our circumference and our diameter. However, it's not going to be exactly 3.14 because my measurement wasn't exact with the shoestring. All right, so it's going to be close to 3.14 though. So you take the circumference, 15 3/4, divided by the diameter, 4 3/4. And when you do that, that is 3.32, which is close to the 3.14. All right, it's close to 3.14. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the Clorox wipes, which come in handy nowadays with the Corona and cleaning things. But you take your circumference, you measure around, and right there, boom, I measure that, and I find out what that is with my tape measure or my ruler or whatever I have to measure it. And my circumference was 13 1/4 inches. Now your diameter, as I said, is way easier. You just go here and go through the center and start at the 0, and it is 4 1/4 inches. And as we said, our radius is half the diameter, so I take my diameter 4 1/2 or 4 1/4, and I divide it by 2, which is going to be 2 1/8 inches. And I approximate my pi. As we said, we take circumference and divide it by diameter to find pi. So we take our circumference of the Clorox wipes, 13 1/4, divided by the 4 1/4, and it would be 3.12, which is pretty close to 3.14. All right, like I said, not exact because our measurement's not exact. All right, next one, Halloween bucket. So we're gonna go around, and I said it's helpful if you find somebody, boom, touch. Then I take that, measure that out. That's a long one. Like I said, a tape measure works out well. 26 inches was my circumference. And the next one, the diameter of it. So the diameter is the distance across. So I start at 0 and I measure across, and it is 8 1/4 inches. To find the radius, you simply take the diameter, the 8 1/4, and divide it by 2, and it is going to be 4 1/8 inches, my radius. To approximate pi, we take the circumference and divide it by diameter, so 26, our circumference, divided by our diameter, 8 1/4, and it is 30.15. And our last one, the kid-shaped puzzle. Of course, we got to work on our kid-shaped puzzle. We have pentagon, we have a trapezoid. Who remembers the area formula for a trapezoid? A equals 1/2 h times the sum of B1 and B2. But we find the circumference of that. And like I said, it's helpful if you have somebody to help you to measure it, because this one's a little more difficult. All right, and I go all the way around, touch, boom. Extend that out, measure that, and my circumference was 18 1/2 inches. Diameter, the distance all the way across the circle, your second biggest measurement, and it was 5 3/4 inches. To find the radius, you take the 5 3/4, the diameter, and divide it by 2, and that is 2 7/8 inches for the radius. Now to approximate pi, you take circumference and divide it by diameter, and that is 18 1/2, divided by 5 3/4, and that was 3.22. So those are all those measurements. We have one more thing we want to do. We want to do the mean, since we've done the mean this year. The mean of our pi to see how close it is to 3.14. All right. Now remember, you can use any 4 items in your house, any circular items. Now, like you could use like toilet paper. Now where are we?